How about the name? I didn't know this name at all until yesterday. Alejandro Garnacho. Man United against Everton. They won 3-0. He did this crazy freaking bicycle kick. I mean, I can't do that stuff. They were comparing it to a Wayne Rooney goal. I'm not the Premier League aficionado, but I do know what I do know. We're hoping that Josh does not have COVID, but, you know, it hit the family. And I actually sent a text yesterday. Michigan has a cousin named Joshua, and I go, how's your wife feeling? And I was like, why didn't Josh respond to me? And now I know why, because I didn't send it to Josh. So when Josh is feeling all right, you do not want to get COVID with symptoms. It is no fun at all for anybody. But yes, Alejandro Garnacho. Frank Reich, 11 games coaching the Panthers. David Tepper is the George Steinbrenner of the NFL, sans the winning. So last year, Matt Rule, his second year, 1-4. He gets rid of him. Steve Wilkes, who goes 6-6 and should have been given the job. No, they bring in Frank Reich, who I wasn't impressed with the talent he had with the Colts. Didn't do anything. Comes in, and they traded everybody. They traded everybody for this draft pick. I mean, they don't have a first-round draft pick next season, which is no bueno for them. So no draft pick next year. After Wilkes got them to 6-6, they lost a ton of draft picks, which is not good, right? I mean, that's, you know, it kind of hurts the team. And they gave up. Okay, I wrote it down, and I want to have it in front of me, you know, because that's the way I roll. Okay, so that's not the one I wanted either. I know I. Yep. They gave up. So they gave up next year's first round draft pick to the Bears, which now the Bears control. And I know I wrote it down. Didn't I write it down? Yes, I know I wrote it down because I was like, I love this stuff. No, that's crazy. Justin Tucker. I talked about him. I haven't talked about him yet. Yes. Okay. So they wanted Bryce Young with the first pick. So the Bears get DJ Moore. They get the first round pick they spent on Darnell Wright from the Panthers. The second round pick of last year's draft, they spent the Bears on Tyreek Stevenson. They get the Panthers 2024 first round pick, which right now is currently number 1 because they're 1-10. And they get the 2025 second round pick from the Panthers, and the Panthers got Bryce Young. Unbelievable, man. I mean, that's crazy. All that for, you know, and I don't blame Bryce Young. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of talent around him. It hasn't been a good year. And when he left the game yesterday, they lost to Tennessee. Tepper went, fuck, which is never a good sign. And he has a very itchy trigger finger. That happens, and nothing good will come out of that, right? You know, I mean, that's not good stuff. He's not even the fastest coach fired. Belichick lasted 1 day. George Allen in 78 lasted 2 games in the preseason. And then in 1978, I'm trying to find in 1978, I know I wrote this down. Yeah, I have so much information today that I was bursting. Yeah, fastest. No, that's the fastest to. Yeah. Pete McCulley, 9 games in 70. So 78, George Allen got fired by the Rams after 2 preseason games, and Pete McCulley lasted 9 games with the Niners, went 1-8 in 78. 9 games, and Frank Reich was done in 11. I mean, now, you know what someone wrote that Brandon Staley was looking and thought it was him. I mean, yesterday, I watched a lot of football yesterday. Watched a lot of football on Saturday. But yesterday, and I'll tell you, Clowney is playing awesome for the Ravens. A lot of hits on the quarterback. Justin Herbert, they were down 13-3, and it should have been more. And actually, Tucker missed a field goal within 45. First field goal he's missed in the shortest field goal he missed in years. He missed it. I mean, he totally, like, it was like a kicker, like, that's not how Justin Tucker misses by a little bit. He doesn't really miss, but he missed a field goal. You were like, holy shit, man. I haven't seen him do something like that in a very long time. I was like, holy, Justin Tucker actually is human. there are moments where Justin Tucker is. I mean, I was stunned. I was like, holy crap. I was like, he never misses. I think that was his first he missed inside 40 this whole year. Yeah, 44-yard, which is his shortest miss since a 41-yard miss against Buffalo back in 2021 division round, and his shortest miss in the regular season since 2020 versus Dallas. That's crazy, right? Including playoffs, Tucker, ninth miss, 44 yards or shorter in 275 attempts. Ninth out of 275. That's a hell of a kicker. Like, he never misses stuff like that. Ever. And I couldn't remember. I didn't know who Danny Gonzalez, he got a $400,000 buyout. I'm like, who that was? Well, he was at New Mexico. And Liberty, when they beat UTEP, brought a mariachi band in El Paso to complete their 12-0 season. Now, Jonathan Jones brought up an interesting point about Frank Reich. Due to the new NFL rules, the Panthers cannot interview in person a head coaching candidate currently employed by another team until after the divisional round of the playoffs the week of January 22nd. So David Tepper has a long time to think about who he's going to bring in to coach the team. And Peter Schrager said current Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson, a UNC Tar Heel, that's two words that I had that nice lady on Instagram, on Twitter, correct me that I used it as one word and I'm not a true alum of a Tar Heel fan. She can go fuck herself. Yeah, that was really nice. Today also, some guy put a tweet where he said that he had wins by teams, well, significant wins, and he had Texas beat Bama and OU. And the guy goes, he was saying that they didn't beat. Well, I said, read the tweet, and it says that the wins they have against top 25 teams, like they're significant wins. And next to Texas, it had Bama and Oklahoma. Well, they lost to Oklahoma. And I don't care what the chart said. The way the tweet read was that they beat Oklahoma, which they didn't in the regular season. And everybody's like looking at me, people. I'm like, dude, do you read that? Do you read the tweet? Whatever, people suck. People suck. So Ben Johnson actually played quarterback at North Carolina from 2004 to 2007, and he has a degree in mathematics and computer science. He is the offensive coordinator with the Lions, and could be, but this is the thing they said. You got an owner with an itchy trigger finger. You don't have a lot of talent there. You do have a quarterback. There's only 32 NFL jobs. They're very scarce, and when they come along, usually want them. But then you have an owner like that. Tepper gets rid of two coaches since October 2022, and is going to have to pay out. I mean, he had to pay Matt Rule a shitload because he paid him, I think, it was like a $60 million contract. I don't know Frank Reich's terms, but it couldn't have been for a couple shekels. So yeah, let me see right here. What did let's see what Frank Reich. Great. That's not what I wanted. Let's see. Frank Reich, football coach. Let me see what he got as a contract. Salary. Okay. Here we go. 5 to 10 million. Coach paying Frank $1 million, $9 million a year through 2026. Could be partly due to the fact he'll receive as much as $36 million from the team. Oh, Colts paying him $36 million. $9 million a year through 2026. Contract. Let's find his contract. Let's find that contract. Because I know he had that deal. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. 4-year deal that runs through 2026. $9 million per year over the next 3 seasons. So $27 million. 36, yeah. So there's a lot of money coming Frank Reich's way. So I'm not going to cry Argentina for him. But, it happens. It happens. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, yeah, the money. If you want to be a coach, become a coach. Because that is something where you'll make a lot of money. That's a lot of shekels. Yeah, that's a lot of shekels. Now, the Yankees are not going after Ohtani. They're going to go after the... how do you say his name? Yotu. I always get his name wrong. Japanese pitcher. Japanese. Yeah, this is harder to write on this thing. Japanese pitcher. Free agent. Yeah, it is. What is his name? I always say his name wrong. Yes, not Shota. Yoshinobu Yamamoto. That's the guy. Everybody's going after him. But they're not in the Ohtani sweepstakes, so they're going to go after that. I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, they need pitching. Yankees need a lot of things. They were talking, I was reading today, too, about the Astros, that they gave up a lot of their farm system to get Verlander, Cole, Correa, all the Springer, all those guys. They,